Well, let's get to the game, folks. I hope we're all doing well tonight, and welcome in. Just got to rearrange a few things here. I moved things around so everything's a little off. There we go. Got to layer them just right. Where are we? Separation. Oh, give me 1 second. The other servers I am in are pissing me off because of that moral dilemma we've discussed before. Oh, sounds good. Yeah, I screwed up. I was trying to set things right, and I was a little slow on stuff tonight. On getting the titles proper before I went too far. Actually, I might end up creating tonight because I don't know who all is going to be here tonight. Seems to be a little slow tonight. And this is like story heavy, and I don't want people to miss a story. Well, it's not just about that. It's literally about trying to make sure the people don't miss out on the story, because it is a lot of story. So I may just end up, drawing some more. I don't know what I'm going to draw, but I can draw more. I can always do that. You know what? That actually probably sounds like a better idea tonight anyway. Being that I'm so kind of frazzled. No, back. Back to main menu. Let's close this out. Exit. Yes. Unsaved progress. Blah, blah, blah. Which is fine. Oh, I've been kind of busy working on a bunch of stuff, and I lost track of time. Why does it always do that? Like, I don't understand why the window capture doesn't work properly there. But where was it? Yeah. Okay, I'll deal with that. I don't know. What should I draw? You know what? I could continue on this for now. Whoops. So let's set this up proper. Set this up proper. You were just doing it. What's wrong now? Oh, hey, no problem. I had fun with it. I mean, oh, now it works. File open. Not that. Oh. Open recent. I don't know which one is the right one. But yeah, I mean, I just layered them out. So I had your... Yeah, there's your original. I had your original. As a reference. And then I just crappily, outlined him. I mean, that was my original, or not my original, but that was my outline. Then I just, made him my own. I mean, I hope, that was pretty obvious. You know what I mean? Let's see. I know some of these layers I didn't use. Yeah, that one. Because I crappily outlined yours. That's what I was looking for. And then, redid it to my style. right? Oh, come on. That is, I see, to me, it looked like a bowler hat. So I made it a bowler hat, which bowler hats always make me think of the Irish. And because it makes me think of the Irish, I, made it for St. Paddy's Day, which is tomorrow. Nice. Well, see, I just didn't want to assume that it was supposed, that it was a bowler hat because it looked like a bowler hat. And I would rock that hat. I think that hat looked cool. Sorry, I'm rearranging stuff so I can draw. I have a setup that I use, a way I set up my area so that I can draw. Come on. There we go. And I've been working on an abstract. And I'm going to move me back up. Why is this so much smaller? Going to move me back up. So let me update. Boom. Boom. Done. Refresh this. And no, I am not going to continue trying to draw Jason Voorhees. Why does it keep saying... Done. Why does the Stream Elements bot not update? I don't know. Whatever. You can see what I'm doing. Because I thought I updated early enough, but apparently I didn't because you thought I was drawing. And now I'm drawing. So, it worked out. It's been modified. No, it hasn't. Don't save anything. It's been modified. What's up? Oh, I was showing off a drawing because Andy was the one that inspired me to do it. And then I was going to work on finishing the abstract tonight. I don't know what this is doing to your guys' eyes, but I'm using it to play with brushes and what they do and how they interact and just learning the program. And I thought this was a good way to do it. Yeah, pretty much. I'm actually pretty proud of that eyeball right here. I really am proud of that one. That was a nice freehand. I just, pick a spot like this. Oh, well, no, first let's go with what kind of brush would I use? How about this one? Kind of a gray. But how are you doing tonight, Jade? And then I just draw. Nice. See, I find it great that I get to do this with actual colors. Because in most of my abstracts, I just did it with either pen or pencil. And I never really did it colorful. It was always black and white. No. That's going to cover. I want something that's going to, there we go. Nice. Nice. Got some cute nice. A bit darker. Bring that down. Yeah, I'm actually really pleased with this purchase. And I'm really surprised at how little time it took me to get used to doing this. Now, by no means am I saying I'm getting good with drawing, but I'm getting good with using the program and the tablet, which I've never used one like this before. But it feels like I have. And the only thing I can think is my oldest daughter, we kept buying her ones over the years because she is quite the artist. I wish she would find, I wish she could find a way, not would, could find a way to do it more for a job. But I mean, obviously the art world right now is all off. Like I've been watching how all the animation studios are basically getting shut down. They were supposed to do an animated Buffy, and it got shut down. Possibly the Firefly is still going, the animated Firefly, but I think they kind of jumped the gun with all the teasers they've been doing for it lately because they don't have a home for it. Like they've still got to try and get the rights back from friggin' Disney or something like that, and they don't really know where to go. They have an animation studio that is willing to do it. I wanted to keep the blue lines in, but I didn't want them as faded as they ended up getting. So I'm using a different brush. Timothée Chalamet is how old? The arts aren't dead. People have said that I don't know how many times. The arts are slumbering, and it's largely because we let certain people control it, i.e. governments or politics. And welcome in, Infinite. Did I make you too small to be visible? Yeah, it's not. Am I doing it wrong? No, I guess it's kind of bringing it out. Well, yeah, I mean, all these stars don't really have a leg to stand on. What? Oh, I haven't updated my Twitch schedule to my new schedule. Thanks for reminding me, Greenie. I forgot to update that. But welcome in. Thank you. I think I just need to use a different one. Yeah. I almost didn't stream. Well, no, I planned on streaming. I just was almost late. I was watching, that was the other thing I was doing, was watching Captain America. And didn't realize the time. And I had, normally I like to take a little bit of time to set up and make sure everything's working well. And so if there's any problems, anything going wrong, what? Infinite, are you secretly restreaming my streams while you watch, making it off as your own? I'm laughing. I'm joking. Yeah, I think I need to raid Shadow Legends. You know, I played that for a little bit. Then I got bored with it. I think it only took like a couple weeks. And that was before I saw all the advertising and everything for it. Yes, we're Bob Rossing it up. Why do some of these just don't seem to do anything? Is it me? Am I doing something wrong? No, you work just fine over there, but not on that one. Why? Oh, I'll bet you I know what it is. Different layers. Rob Boss. I put it on different layers because for some reason I screwed up and split two of these layers. No, that's, what is this one? But how are you doing, Greenie? You were LARPing this weekend, if I remember correctly. I hope that went well for you. Streaming live from Neon Boss's room. That'd be weird. Oh, and for those of you that don't know, new album is up. Came out Friday. I'm not sure if I told everybody then or not. It's more of the anime inspired music. I'm working on a new album, and this one's going to be the 8-bit inspired stuff. Well, actually, I should be able to. I hope this isn't going to be like blastingly loud. This one.
8, 16, 32, 64.
Now, is that too loud? Before I let it go on. Plot team had to stop and regroup twice because the adventurers became an ass whipping machine. Oh, nice. Okay. I wanted to make sure.
1, 2, 8. These were my favorites.
8, 16, 32, 64, 128. And you're asking if those are body measurements? I don't know what that would be the most pear-shaped thing I've ever seen. No, that's bit. 8-bit, 16-bit. It's references to video games. You'll get it.
Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Saturday morning, Saturday night, patterns learned. Head out with friends, gotta meet. Tell them all about the end. Building the narrative, giving them the story. Sitting at the mall, answering the arcade's call. Friends are wary, did you really do it? Finally you give. 8, 16, 32, 64, 1288. These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. High score, that is what those bits were for. Get the heroes, level up, find the way. The pattern never stop. Looking for that high score. That high score, get that high score. These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. You tell them what you did, how you got it through. Tell them what was hid, they don't believe. You swear it's true, and your legend grew. The legend at the arcade, watching coins cascade, racking points, owning the joint, being the hero, rising from the zero. 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. 8, 16, 32, 64. These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. High score, that is what those bits were for. Get the heroes, level up, find the way. The pattern never stop. Looking for that high score. Get that high score. Get that high score. These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. Now you are known, legend all grown. New people join, dropping their coin, rising and striving, battling for 3 lanes. 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. 8, 16, 32, 64, 1. These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. High score, that is what those bits were for. Get the heroes, level up, find the way. The pattern never stop. Looking for that high score. Get that high score. Get that high score. Get that high score. Get that high score. Game over.
Oh yeah, we're going video gaming. Hello. Okay, and here's one of the funnier ones that I wrote today. It's called Sandwich Showdown.
Clock strikes noon. Loosen ties. Let's see who pays. Stepping out the office, rolling up the sleeves, heading to the arcade. Neither of
us leaves until the tab is settled for the deli down the street. The plastic pistol's waiting, it's time for us to meet. Used the boat pastrami just a week ago. Now I'm staring down the barrel of an 8-bit rodeo. Do this every Tuesday, trading off the bill. Battle of the salesman, a test of pixel skill. Thumbs are getting sweaty, staring at the glass, waiting for the digital bandit to pass. It's a sandwich showdown, high noon on the screen. The fiercest lunch break battle that you have ever seen. Draw your plastic weapon, aim it at the light. Winner gets a free meal, loser has to bite the bullet on the check today. Yeah, sandwich showdown, blow the smoke away. Scores are ticking upward, neck and neck we ride. Shooting down the targets, nowhere left to hide. You get a combo bonus, I shoot the money back. Trading off the lead now, neither one will lag. The score is dead even, the final wave is here. The boss is on the balcony, the climax drawing near. We do this every Tuesday, trading off the bill. A battle of the salesman, a test of pixel skill. Thumbs are getting sweaty, staring at the glass, waiting for the digital bandits to pass. It's a sandwich showdown, high noon on the
The one I'm
screen.
making? I don't know.
Lunch break battle that you have ever seen. Draw your plastic weapon, aim it at the light. Winner gets a free meal, loser has to buy the bullet on the check today. Yeah, sandwich showdown, blow the smoke away. Fingers on the trigger, the final targets fall. Smoke is clearing out inside the digital hall. Look up at the numbers blinking on the top. Both of our jaws are starting to drop. We beat the grand champion. We broke the high score. But the numbers are identical. A perfect tie once more. We stare at the screen, then we look at the clock. Still got 20 minutes on the arcade block. Reach into our pockets, pulling out the change. Round 2, partner. Ready, up.
We'll call him Randy. How's that? So yeah, I've been having fun today. Yeah, more of like a raspberry look. So what do we think? Were they good songs? I really like both of them. You like blackberries? I like berries as a general rule. I love strawberry rhubarb pie. So hard to get a good one. Since a lot of the places I used to get mine from don't make them anymore. And I don't live near the restaurant that used to have a good one. Oh, I don't know. I haven't really looked around here. To be honest. Oh, dang it. I didn't mean to do it that way. Yeah, maybe. I probably should look. I've just gone so long without one. See, my mom used to make a killer one when I lived in Montana, if that tells you how long ago it was, because I moved away from there when I was 7. So 39 years ago. Meow. Hi, babies. Let you Google. That's right. I need to go with a lighter one. And I've got a couple other ones if you guys want to listen to them. I really like this one too.
Pavement is hot, the sun's at its peak. 12 p.m. sharp.
Okay.
The end of the week. Grip on the rubber, kicking the pedal.
I'll have to check that out.
Imagine an engine of burning metal. My 10-speed frame is a flashy red car. The arcade is closed, but it feels like it's far. The neighborhood streets are turning to tracks. No looking behind, no looking back. I'm shifting the gears, I'm taking the lane. I'm already playing the game. High noon raceway, racing the sun.
Not bad.
The ultimate lap has just begun. Pedaling fast in the summer heat, leaving the world behind on the streets. High noon raceway, ready to fly under the bright blue pixelated sky. The oak trees pass in a ribbon flash, just like the sprites in a 16-bit dash. Buildings are flickering out of my sight, a steady frame rate in the afternoon light. Lean into the curve, dodging a car, taking the corner like a digital star. The neighborhood streets are turning to tracks, no looking behind, no looking back. I'm shifting the gears, I'm taking the lane. I'm already playing the game. High noon raceway, chasing the sun.
Right.
Ultimate lap has just begun. Pedaling fast in the summer heat, leaving the world behind on the street. High noon raceway, ready to fly under the bright blue pixelated sky. The neon sign is coming in view. The finish line ribbon glowing in blue. One final sprint, I'm taking the prize. The glare of the cabin reflecting my High noon raceway, chasing the sun. The ultimate lap has just begun. Pedaling fast in the summer heat.
Oh, for £3?
The world
All right.
behind on the street.
I can do that.
High noon raceway, ready to fly under the bright blue pixelated sky. Kickstand down, quarter in the slot.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that was just about a kid imagining while he's riding his bike to the arcade that he's actually playing the video game. And then High Score Samurai. It made me think very much Castlevania music. Old school Castlevania.
The CRT, a quiet crowd gathered around, looking at the top of the screen where the undisputed king is crowned. 3 letters burning bright, undefeated in the neon light. No princess waiting at the end, no final level to defend, just a loop that never stops until the final player drops. Faster, harder, blistering pace, a never-ending digital race. High Score Samurai, blade of a joystick, sharp and fast. High Score Samurai, how long can your legend last? Battling the swarm, surviving the speed, only 3 letters are all that you need.
Okay, thank you.
Pixel crown.
It's supposed to.
Placed upon the glass, a challenger steps from the mass, cracking knuckles, taking the stand, the fate of the arcade in their hand. The screen flashes, the sprites deploy, man against the machine, destroy. Level 10, level 20, the colors bleed, reacting on instinct, fulfilling the need. The numbers are climbing, the gap closing in. One tiny mistake and you lose everything. High Score Samurai, blade of a joystick, sharp and fast. High Score Samurai, how long can your legend last? Battling the swarm, surviving the speed, only 3 letters are all that you need to wear the pixel crown. Fingers blur, the joystick sings, taking down the arcade kings, just 1,000 points away. This is the dawn of a brand new day. Watch the counter tick, tick. High Score Samurai, a new blade cuts through the past. High Score Samurai, a new legend forged at last. Beat back the swarm, conquered the speed. Now 3 new letters are all that I need. I wear the pixel crown. Enter your initials. Cursor blinks. New high score.
And that was a song about, I doubt many of you know how jealously the high score bastards used to like guard their machines so they could maintain their initials on the cabinet. Like you could get straight up into fights if you beat another guy's high score. Like there were whole things about it. Yeah, it's true. Pixels. That was actually better than it had any right to being. Like, I was not expecting it to be that fun. And then the last one.
Round one, fight.
Sitting in the basement,
Nice.
corner in the screen, spamming the same fireballs, if you know what I mean. My older brother's laughing, doing his little dance. He gets another perfect, I never had a chance.
He passes back the controller, says better luck next time.
But he doesn't know the secret that is brewing in my mind.
While he was busy sleeping, I was creeping down the stairs,
Midnight in the basement, pulling up the folding chairs.
learning every frame trap, every single block.
Memorize the combos by the ticking of the clock. Watch the health bar dropping into the red. Block the heavy punch jumping over your head. You thought you were the champion of the basement floor, but the button mashing rookie isn't playing anymore. Hit the ultimate combo, watch the final blow land, ruling the whole basement with controller in
Well,
my
yeah, it makes sense. I'm glad you're back, Green
He
Jeans.
expects an easy win.
But I parry his attack with a pixelated grin. Quarter circle forward, heavy kick to the jaw.
He drops a bag of chips in a state of total awe. I juggle him into the corner, keeping up the pace.
The look of pure defeat is written all over his face.
While he was busy sleeping, I was creeping down the stairs,
Midnight in the basement, pulling up the folding chairs.
learning every frame trap, every single block.
Memorize the combos by the ticking of the clock. Watch the health bar dropping into the red. Block the heavy punch jumping over your head. You thought you were the champion of the basement floor, but the button mashing rookie isn't playing anymore. Hit the ultimate combo, watch the final blow land, ruling the whole basement with controller in my hand.
Yep.
A new challenger.
A new challenger. I was on a league for a while.
The stairs start to creak, she's standing in the frame. Her middle sister asking if she can join the game. She unpasses the screen, doesn't even take a seat, picks a random character and brings the heavy head.
Yes.
Wait, how did she do that? She's blocking every fireball, countering the throws. We don't know what's happening, but
Okay.
everybody knows. The boys have been defeated, swept right off our feet by the greatest fighting master on our entire stretch.
Oh, what was the name of that card game?
Player 3 wins!
I don't think I ever used bumpers, to be honest. Yeah, unfortunately, I only have 6 songs so far. I haven't bowled in forever, but I enjoyed it. They kept me on the team to even out the team on the league, because we had one guy that literally he told them to stop giving him the reward every time he bowled a perfect 300 game, because he was doing it like 2 to 3 times a week. Triple triad. There you go. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Green Jeans. Now, where was that? Was it noise that I used? I think it was noise. Or was it this? Big noise. Little cloud puffs. Little puffs of cloud for the little tree to enjoy. Oh, that looks like a child's drawing of a tree, and I absolutely love it. Let's go dynamic next. Oh, wow. Yeah, you know you love bowling when you have your own bowling ball. What was that? Now it seems so quiet. Did I turn back on the other music? Use that. So scared. Absolutely frightened. Hope this will work for now. Anticlimactic. I have gotten so used to it. I need to come up with a different jump scare sound. For me, anyway.
I've heard the stories in quiet rooms, lands and shores and silver moons. Names whisper like a spell, somewhere far beyond where I fell. Every mile pulled me near, every doubt thin to clear.
You've been hit by, you've been struck by a truck. Oh, is it working properly? I forgot. Can you guys see it? Did I put this too far up? Were you guys able to see that? Like, did the alert pop up? Right? Okay. I wanted to make sure.
I'm stepping through that door. Perfume air and velvet sound, footsteps softer on the ground, silk and chrome and
No.
glow. Everything I didn't know, I thought it might be just a lie. Another gilded alibi, but standing here beneath the light, it feels alive, it feels right. Heartbeat climbing in my chest, like the city passed a test. Every doubt falls away. This is where I'm meant to stay.
No spiders.
Through pulse and flame, every rumor spoke my name. Face in bone, lights above. Every second feels like love. I've been waiting all this time.
Yeah, I like that.
Now the glow is finally mine.
That.
I made it here. I crossed the line. The stories weren't just in my mind. First step through light and sound. Every dream wrapped around. Face and blood move as one. What I hoped has just begun.
We still good? Everybody all right? Just watching and listening? Eyes and ears open. All right. I'm just making sure everybody's all right.
Carried in, we'll hold it while you begin.
Silken glass and
What do you do?
every needle.
Adjust lighting?
Nothing sharp, nothing
What does that do, though?
just your name beneath the crowd.
Hear the noise dissolves to gold. Every story safely told.
Hands unclench the sky.
Oh, I see what it does.
Step inside the velvet shade.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just making sure everybody's doing okay.
Let it show.
I'm just sitting here dinking around.
Safe and
I mean, the only reason why why I wasn't playing the one game is because there wasn't a whole lot of people when I first started. And because it's story heavy, I didn't want people to miss out on story. No. And honestly, now you're stuck with me painting. Get over it. The only way I can get better is if I keep working on it.
music spills from hidden rooms. Perfume
Right?
of quiet gloom.
Well, and I wasn't sure if people were going to make it because normally you guys are pretty on time and I was running a little behind.
Soft and light.
And it was just Andy in here at the time. And it's like, I didn't want to. No, I just didn't want people to miss out on the story.
Only pleasure, only play.
Let the world outside grow small.
We have space enough for all.
Stay a while.
Lose the strain.
Leave your storms in summer rain.
Safe and warm. Underglow.
Right. You're not here usually on Mondays, and I am not complaining.
Free to flow.
But I've also got kind of addicted to drawing or painting or whatever you want to call it lately. So I've been doing a lot of this lately. There we go. Right. I don't know. I think the worst thing would be is just to try, and if you don't like what you're doing, try something else. Oh, wow. That sounds awesome, and I would love to see it if you ever do it. Because remember, while your interpretation, you know, what you're actually drawing is one thing I have learned is that people's interpretation of what you're doing is another thing. Hey, what's up, XO? Well, thank you. You want to see the whole thing? If I can find my cursor. This has been days. You know, my abstract goof off stuff. Oh. XO missed the music. And I'm pretty proud of that music.
8, 16, 32, 64, 1, 2, 8. These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. High score, that is what those bits were for. Get the heroes, level up, find the way, the pattern, never stop looking for that high score. Get that high score, that high score. These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for.
8, 16, 32, 64, 128.
Saturday morning, Saturday night, patterns learned, head out with friends, gotta meet, tell them all about the end, building the narrative, giving them the story, sitting at the mall, answering the arcade's call, friends are wary, did you really do it? Finally you give. 8, 16, 32, 64, 1, 2, 8, 8. These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. High score,
No.
score. That is what those bits were for. Get the
No, I just started making this last couple of days.
Never stop looking for that high score. That high score. Get that high score. These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. You tell them what you did, how you got it through. Tell them what was hid, they don't believe. You swear it's true, and your legend grew. The legend at the arcade, watching coins cascade.
No, this is going to be April's.
Rising from the zero.
8, 16, 32, 64, 1, 2, 8, 8, 16, 32, 64.
These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. High score, that is what those bits were for. Get the heroes, level up, find the way. The pattern, never stop looking for that high score. Get that high score. Get that high score. These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. Now you are known, legend all grown. New people join, dropping their coin, rising and striving, battling for 3 lanes.
8, 16, 32, 64, 128. 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. 8, 16, 32, 64, 1.
These were my fate. Sometimes I felt I was too late. Now I know what they are for. High score, that is what those bits were for. Get the heroes, level up, find the way. The pattern, never stop looking for that high score. Get that high score. Get that high score. Get that high score.
Get that high score. Game over.
Well, yeah, that's the point. I mean, the vision of that song is just, playing video games before you had like all the saves and all of that. So the only way to prove that you were the best was getting the high score on an arcade cabinet and putting your three letters in, whatever initials you wanted to use. Hey, I'm hoping to have this pretty close to being done in the next few days. I will. I generally try to let you guys know, and generally I do new screens and stuff, but I think I'm going to keep the 8-bit screens going for a while. But yeah, I mean, again, Ghost has inspired me to do music, and I know it's totally unintentional. It just has to do with Barry, 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 and how that music of that game brought me back to a time in my life where I was. And I don't know, it just inspired me to do it differently. If that makes any sense. So I realized on YouTube it was different. And I also realized that Ad is going to be playing soon. So I'm hoping to have that one released around April 1st, because the last 2 months I've been doing the Neon Samurai animated stuff, which I still have, or not animated, but anime inspired. I still have several albums I'm probably going to do with that, but I thought I'd do a change up in between because, well, I was inspired to. I mean, who knows? I might do another chiptune 16-bit album. I don't know. I just am enjoying it, and I don't know. Because we're going into spring, I feel like the nicer, high energy songs are going to be worth it. Let me see something. I'm going to put in 3 songs in the playlist. And I'm going to go take my break.
Pavement is hot, the sun's at its peak.
Anyway, if I sit here too long, I'm going to be too late.
The end of the week. Grip on the rubber, kicking the pedal, imagining an engine of burning metal. My 10-speed frame is a flashy red car. The arcade is closed, but it feels like it's far. The neighborhood streets are turning to tracks. No looking behind, no looking back. I'm shifting the gears, I'm taking the lane. I'm already playing the game. High noon raceway, racing the sun. The ultimate lap has just begun. Pedaling fast in the summer heat, leaving the world behind on the streets. High noon raceway, ready to fly under the bright blue pixelated sky. The oak trees pass in a ribbon flash, just like the sprites in a 16-bit dash. Buildings are flickering out of my sight, a steady frame rate in the afternoon light. Lean into the curve, dodging a car, taking the corner like a digital star. The neighborhood streets are turning to tracks. No looking behind, no looking back. I'm shifting the gears, I'm taking the lane. I'm already playing the game. High noon raceway, chasing the sun. The ultimate lap has just begun. Pedaling fast in the summer heat, leaving the world behind on the street. High noon raceway, ready to fly under the bright blue pixelated sky. The neon sign is coming in view. The finish line ribbon glowing in blue. One final sprint, I'm taking the prize. The glare of the cabin reflecting my High noon raceway, chasing the sun. The ultimate lap has just begun.
colors bleed, reacting on instinct, fulfilling the need. The numbers are climbing, the gap closing in. One tiny mistake and you lose everything. High score samurai.
And I'm back.
Blade of a joystick, sharp and fast. High score samurai. How long can your legend last? Battling the swarm, surviving the speed. Only 3 letters are all that you need to wear the pixel crown. Fingers blur the joystick.
Yeah, let's do some chalk.
Taking down the arcade kings. Just 1,000 points away. This is the dawn of a brand new day. Watch the counter tick, tick. High score samurai. A new blade cuts through the past.
I'm glad you guys like it.
Samurai, a new legend forged at last. Beat back the swarm, conquered the speed. Now 3 new letters are all that I need. I wear the pixel crown.
No.
Enter your initials. Cursor blinks. New high score. Clock strikes noon.
I think XO might like this song. I could be wrong, though. The Great Sandwich Showdown.
Office, rolling up the sleeves, heading to the arcade. Neither of us leaves until the tab is settled for the deli down the street. The plastic pistol's waiting, it's time for us to meet. You at the Bolt Pastrami just a week ago. Now I'm staring down the barrel of an 8-bit rodeo. Do this every Tuesday, trading off the bill. Battle of the salesman, a test of pixel skill. Thumbs are getting sweaty, staring at the glass, waiting for the digital bandit to pass. It's a sandwich showdown, high noon on the street. The fiercest lunch break battle that you have ever seen. Draw your plastic weapon, aim it at the light. Winner gets a free meal, loser has to bite the bullet on the check today. Yeah, sandwich showdown, blow the smoke away.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool.
Scores are ticking upward, neck and neck we ride. Shooting down the targets, nowhere left to hide. You get a combo bonus, I shoot the money back. Trading off the lead now, neither one will lag. The score is dead even, the final wave is here. The boss is on the balcony, the climax drawing near. We do this every Tuesday, trading off the bill. A battle of the salesman, a test of pixel skills. Thumbs are getting sweaty, staring at the glass, waiting for the digital bandits to pass. It's a sandwich showdown, high noon on the screen. The fiercest lunch break battle that you have ever seen. Draw your plastic weapon, aim it at the light. Winner gets a free meal, loser has to buy the bullet on the check today. Yeah, sandwich showdown, blow the smoke away. Fingers on the trigger, the final targets fall. Smoke is clearing out inside the digital hall. Look up at the numbers blinking on the top. Both of our jaws are starting to drop. We beat the grand champion, we broke the high score, but the numbers are identical, a perfect tie once more. We stare at the screen, then we look at the clock. Still got 20 minutes on the arcade block.
I don't know.
Reach into our pockets, pulling out the change. Round 2, partner. Ready, up.
Yeah, they're dueling for who pays for the bill for the sandwiches. I don't know. It just seemed like your vibe, XO. I've got really to pin down, you know, the vibe of Infinite and like Andy and Jade. Like what songs would really hit their vibe. I'm not saying they don't like the music, but, you know, I don't know, just the general vibe. If I had to say anything might hit Andy's vibe or Jade's vibe, I would say the closest one of the current songs would be probably a good idea, Green Jeans. Would be High Score Samurai, just in tone, but not necessarily in content, if that makes sense. Edward Nigma, the Riddler. Oh, eyes, allergies, quit. A little charcoal here. Like I said, it'd be the closest of what I had. But I also think the High Noon Raceway would work for you, Andy, depending on the day. But these are just the impressions I get from, you know, chatting with you guys. I'm not, you know, trying to make any comment or anything. It's just, I don't know, it fits the vibe, what you guys bring up. Well, just that, you know, using your imagination to get through the day, you know, to get towards what you want. That's kind of the way, you know, making things a game, having fun, whether you intentionally do it or not. I think that's just part of how you get through life. I mean, that's how I get through life. You know, just, you know, trying to make it be better than I was last. Yeah, exactly. Well, and there's this old theory. I've kind of talked about it before, but I'm not sure how elegant I was at explaining it. But basically, if you imagine it, it's happened somewhere out there. You know, the odds are, just in our own universe, not even talking about parallel universes, with how many stars, how many planets, but especially that we're finding now, you know, they're basically infinite. So somewhere out there is a finite playlist. Watching the incandescent CEO draw. Or a 4K Andy. Or a Ruby Dwarf. Exactly. But also, way back in the day, and I mean way back before I was born, there was an author, Robert Heinlein, who came up with a theory, right? Yeah, but see, okay, so do you know why I have no problem using AI in what I do in making my music? Because I know the music industry is ass. It is terrible. And it is literally mentally destructive to those who end up in it. Just look at all the rock musicians. Well, not just rock musicians, but look at all the musicians. How many of them can you say are actually stable and healthy? There is something about the industry, the music industry, that destroys people and breaks them down. Especially those who were raised in it. But even those, I mean, as much as I like Ozzy Osbourne was a broken man at the end. You know, Michael Jackson, another broken person. No, Adam Sandler's not who he used to be. And he's not even really what you would consider a music guy. So like movie stars have their own breaks with reality, which is a completely different thing, which is still just as insidious. But I mean, Elvis Presley, the guy that, you know, had it all, was still a broken man at the end. He had to keep working just to, you know, make sure everybody was fed because he was the only one taking care of everybody. Yeah, pop singers. You know, I mean, Michael Jackson was raised under the spotlight. You know, I mean, I don't know if he ever actually did do anything wrong with kids or not. Because the kid that originally accused him has come out and said that he was forced to do it. That his own dad, who was a dentist, used some of the anesthesia that he had access to force him to do it. Right. One hit wonder. That would be great. Holy crap. I think I finished it. Well, now what am I going to do? It was fun. Dave. I mean, it's just psychedelic goofballery. Huh. Hey, Ninetales, how's it going? And I mean, in the infinite universe theory, that is an entire possibility. But yeah, what do I want to do now? Oh, I know. Oh. Just go with a 16:9. Let's see. How am I going to start this? Most likely. But probably in different ways in all of them. First, I want to save this because I finished it. Close. So first, 3, I like a 5 pixel. Let's see, how does he? That's right, I did something for this. Or I didn't. I thought I did. Right? What should I draw? What should I draw? I thought I had an idea, but now I can't find it. Well, the reference I had for it. Oh, there we go. So I want to try and draw a ghost little chibi guy. I'm going to be terrible at it. I promise. You know, his little icon guy. Just because I'm trying to learn how to do different things. No, I'm not going to do Mustard Ghost to begin with. I'll do that eventually. I'm just looking at the icon. It's broad and short. Helps when I have a better color to start with. I mean, I could do it with that color, but start with black. I'm sure it was. I mean, it's not like his icon is that easy. It's simple, but any mistake is going to be obvious. You know what I mean? I should turn back on music. So we start with that. Hey, you're still on erase. Luckily, you didn't do too much. Eugh. You know, it's really weird working with this because it feels like I have muscle memory for something I never did. I don't know. I think that's doing pretty good so far with the reference I have. Okay. Now we add another layer. It's so weird because it feels like muscle memory for something I never trained myself to do. I don't know how else to explain that. right? It's like, just the more I work with it, the better I get with it. The more it feels natural, which is really weird for me because, I mean, I used to have to work really hard. No, that just doesn't look right. And now it just feels like there we go.
Curtains low but feel too fast. Made a stretch in seconds past. Breath caught halfway in my chest. Luck is closer than the rest.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Like the room is calling home. Every spin a silver thread. Pulling where my heartbeat lay.
I know I'm getting there. I know right now he looks like a Lego man, but I'm going off of his most recent schedule. I just downloaded the image so I can see the mask. The Muffin Man.
Every ring feels like yes. Every loss just a guess. Stay inside. Let it wake what we
I'm gonna do another layer.
chances take. Lights awake. Hearts align with the shake.
These are what's gonna be hard.
Time dissolves in the air. Win or fall, it's the same. Every breath part of game. Did we come here hours ago? Hard to say or even know. Gems repeat but feel brand new every hour.
It's a ghosty birthday tomorrow? No.
table feels like fate.
No, his birthday's not till October.
If the wheel keeps turning round, I don't need to leave this side.
Well, that's the weird thing is that I used to do everything by hand, like pencil paper type thing. Doing this has managed to, yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow.
Chances take flame and tone. Every signal in the bone. Bell and bass, flash and flare. Nothing lasts but here. Lose the clock, lose the name. Every spark feeds the game.
That is not fabulous, Jade. Jeez, how rude can you be? Carpal tunnel is horrible. I know that's not what you were talking about, Jade.
Chances take.
Yes, it is his day. I realize that now. No, I keep going the wrong way. That's why my brain is like glitching. I worked so hard on that swoosh there. And this is gonna overlap. Man, this is gonna be a terrible ghost, but hey, I'm trying. But then again, I'm just getting started too, so. Be easy on yourself. Talking to myself, obviously.
Door closed soft behind my back. World outside begins to lack. Every noise dissolves away. Nothing left I need to say. Curtains breathe in silver light. Marble cool against the night. Perfumed air and folded sheets.
Right. I know he'll love it.
My heart is softer.
Doesn't mean it's good, but I know he'll love it.
No more rays, just the quiet of this place. Hands unclench, shoulders fall. I don't need
Oh, I'm on the wrong layer for what I was thinking.
to hold it all. Sweet surrender, let it go. Every edge turn to slow. Sink into the velvet air. Nothing else, nothing bare.
Okay, that'd be funny. I don't even know how he feels about barbecue sauce, but that'd be funny.
Against my hand.
Yes.
Was I laughing on the floor? Was
Of course, his roommates might be a little annoyed with us if we did all that, but hey,
I so distant,
who cares?
so thin, like the night I wandered in?
Hell, if we let them in on the joke,
Doesn't stretches wide, no
they might actually help us.
left inside. Only breath and steady glow. Only softness I
Oh, I was on the right one.
If the world calls my name, it can wait outside the flame. Here I'm free, here I stay. Let tomorrow
Come on.
drift away. Sweet surrender, close the light. Every tension out of sight. Silk and sound slowly blend. Every moment without end. I don't fall.
Oh, I'd love to take the dogs for a walk.
I just let the silence.
It's like, I love my little cat, but I miss my dog. I miss the Scruffinator.
I don't need to chase them
That's awesome.
to stay still.
But you hide one four-leaf clover, but not in the clovers. You are green now. Well, on Discord, I have my little leprechaun dude that was inspired by your froggy dude. Oh yeah, now that, you know, there's more people here, I should show that one off. No, I always do it wrong. Go to open recent. I did that on Marshmallow the Lucky Charms. No, that's mean. But yeah, that's my Discord PFP right now. Well, Andy inspired me with see, it's this layer. Let's move it up. Whoops, wrong one. Oh, I can't move it up because it's the background. But yeah, Andy inspired me with furs. And so I did a sketch of her image and then heavily modified it. So that's Andy's sketch. And then I built him on top. Okay, I have one. There we go. You know, and I made my own. Yeah. No, he hasn't been modified. You just think he has. I think that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I was pretty proud of him. Blue base. Oh wait, I should do this on a different layer because I am prone to mistakes. Oh.
Curtains breathe with quiet grace. Softer reflections fill the space. Crystal glass and folded sheet. Every angle calm and sweet.
Good night, Jade.
On silent feet. Warm tea placed beside your seat. No intrusion, no demand. Just the touch of careful hands. All the noise left outside. All your edges smooth by tide. Let the hours slip and bend. No beginning, no end. This is yours, this is deep. Every promise ours to keep. Wave by wave, drift below private waters. Slow and low.
Okay.
You don't
Boom.
ask, you don't need to plan. We already know.
Damn.
Understand.
I know it's just a sketch, but that's a good start. How would I finish it?
Stay as long as you choose. Nothing here you could lose.
I'd either give her a high ponytail, because I'm assuming it's a her, because it's a ballerina, so. I'd either give her a high ponytail or a short cut hair, so that what looks to me right now is like a rose crown type thing or a shell crown, because it is just a sketch. So I'm not. This is more my failure, not yours. Just so you can show off that crown you did, because there's an awful lot of detail that goes into just that sketch, and I think that would look really cool. I'd eschew the traditional ballerina of the light pink, and I'd probably go with a deeper salmon, almost to a mauve, on the ballet slippers, so that they really pop. And it looks like you have like tights underneath, or long socks, whatever you want to call them. And I do those like an ivory cream, so it really makes that contrast pop. And I'd follow the same kind of color scheme throughout the rest. That's just me.
Every movement placed with care, nothing wasted in the air.
You know, that's all I can really say for right now.
Decisions made in quiet ways, no raised voice, no sudden turn, just the calm of those who learn. Steps align up.
You're welcome.
Soft as silk on lacquered door.
I just think, you know, every time, you know, ballet always does those pale colors, that pale pink, and it's like, no, you really should let that pop.
Lines drawn clean, nothing missing, nothing seen. Signals move without a sound. Power flows without being found.
Just the hair layer. Yes. Okay. Yes, they are. Oh, yeah. It is beautifully done. But you asked for critiques on an idea to give you. Sorry, I wasn't going to try and critique it. I mean, obviously, I'm not one to critique anything. It's all better than mine.
Every motion interposed. Sanctorum, mixtorum, calm and clear. Every outcome engineered. What is asked is understood. What is quiet
Okay.
is for good.
So I'm on the hair. Yeah.
We don't rush, we don't strain. Every lever knows its lane. Sanctorum, extorum, order kept. Every promise interpreted. Nothing falters, nothing sways. All is moving, all obey.
Dang. Well, I don't really have criticism other than, damn, that's really good. I also like how it's, to me, it's not in a traditional ballet stance. It more makes me think of a flamenco dancer, which that's just probably a me thing. Okay, yeah. And I like that. I like the idea of mashing those two styles. That should be the headphones. Yes. This. Yeah, someday, EXO, I'll be as good as you. because that's damn good. I just need to keep practicing. I'm just glad people seem to enjoy watching me draw. Cool. But tomorrow will be Beyond Two Souls, so you've been warned.
Private corridors unfold, stories told in threads of gold, music wrapped in amber tone, pleasure
Nah,
shown but
let's-
never shown, glances drift in shadows gray, minutes slip and never stray. What you feel stays undefined, half in body, half in mind.
How dark did I make that? Yeah, okay.
Nothing traced, just a thrill without a face. Closer now.
No, I'm on the hair.
Blend every edge become
Okay.
authenticate a presence, soft and bright, heat that holds beneath the light, forbidden but refined.
Wait.
Every boundary redefined, stay inside, let it be. Only you in secrecy.
I am an idiot. Thankfully, I'm at a point where I can fix it.
You don't need to understand, only feel the guided hand. Authenticate presence, fade to
I was on the wrong layer.
every rush begins to slow. Stay relaxed, stay aware.
When I was trying to fix the hair. Oh,
Everything is handled here.
that could have been really bad. You know, I watched my oldest Ghoulie working on her tablets for so long is the only thing I can say that got me to possibly understand how to do this the way I do.
Silk does not mean soft, gold does not mean kind. Every bloom has barbs hidden in its spine. Grace can draw a line without a raised voice. Courtesy remembers every chosen
You have a good night, Green Jeans. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to cut this down here pretty soon too.
single petal falls before the stem is cut. Flowered warning, clean and bright. Step too far, feel the bite. No spectacle, no display, just correction in its way. In its way.
Sure.
Flowered warning, soft and stern. Every privilege must be earned. Grace and steel, side by side. The bloom decides who survives. Who
Oh. I love Undo. Right. Well, that's literally what I do. Like a little bit of the darker stuff getting in there is fine. Because I can feather that out into it to.
breathe in a different way. Silence never quite obeys. Footsteps fall but don't dissolve. Something else remains involved. Grass reflects more than it should. Air feels
Right.
misunderstood. Nothing moves yet something shifts between the floors and ceiling drifts. You can't name it, you can't point, but every corner has a joint. Where the quiet presses thin, something listens from within. Observe emptiness, room so wide, still no space left to hide. Every breath measured slow, every thought feels like show. Nothing there, nothing seen, still the air feels between.
I mean, I don't even know if I'm doing this right or using the right tools, but it seems to be working for what I want it to do. Which is kind of the point, right?
But close to clean, every pause feels overseen. Mirrors hold along the stairs, shadows gather without care. You can speak, you can smile, you can rest a little while, but the air does not release, it only hums in quiet peace. No alarms, no flashing light, just a pressure always right. Not a threat, not a sound, just the sense of
There we go. You're right. It does kind of look like the Discord logo.
every exit is a door. Nothing stops, nothing
Oh, wow.
till the silence always proves you are safe, you are fine, just a pattern.
I really like that. Oh, shoot. It's time. Oh, I don't want to quit, though, but I know it's time. I need to quit. Oh, save.
A thing on a face, just the shape of empty space.
So, yeah, I guess it's good night to everybody. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I hope to see you here tomorrow night, where it will be Beyond Two Souls, I promise. Bye-bye.